Hello, interesting people. Welcome back to the CWEQ channel. First of all, take a look at this address. So I bought it from Refresh. Best $10 buy ever. Welcome back to the CWEQ channel. If I haven't said it already, my name is Christelle. Today's video will be about HR in business. And how this topic came about is because of my friend Lauren. She ran like a HR workshop for business owners and I attended it last month. So that workshop was pretty eye-opening for me because as a small business owner, if it wasn't for that workshop, I wouldn't have understood the importance of HR actually and why like big companies require it to be like a whole ass department just for human resource.
What made you want to start this HR workshop?
Okay, it's quite funny. The first business that I've ever gotten for back then CWEQ, which is now Kiss, I got the client first before I registered my upfront.
Wow!
Yes. So it was a friend who was a business owner. She was into jewelry, right? So she started off really small from push cards, and then I watched her grow into like shops and like brands. So she's doing like worldwide shipping now. So that whole journey took time, but also because she was struggling at some point, she said, "Look, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, I need someone to work for me. I cannot do this anymore. There's like so much to do. There's a lot of things to pack. There's sales to be done. You know, like there's a lot of ops work that she can't deal with anymore." So I realized that actually very early on, even before I registered the business, that HR is a thing for SMEs. That the gap is just so huge.
Yes.
To be honest, I was thinking of this workshop for years, like really for years. Never got my ass moving, finally got it moving, finally got you in my first batch, so I'm thankful for that. And so if you ask me why, I just think that the gap in terms of like knowledge for business owners is huge. The main reason why is because business owners are not trained in HR, that's number one. Number two is they start a business because of passion. But the passion doesn't keep going for a very long time because everyone has got the same 24 hours, right? You have resources, you will start hiring. So that's where HR is important for you to start building what you want for culture, what you want for growth per se. So that's the actual reason why.
So I'm gonna share with you my insights and why I think HR is important while I unbox an air sterilizer from Radic8. This is the Hextio model. Ooh, what's this? Clean air. This air purifier came about because I was sneezing non-stop. Like I had like this crazy dust allergy. So I texted my friend and she recommended her friend who works in this company. It's on the pricier side. I spent about $400 for this set, but my friend assured me that it's worth it. So it comes with a remote control. How cute. Okay, cool. And I believe we need to plug it in. Is this right? This is right. Let me try. I'll be right back. Let me try and figure this out first. Hear the click. Like it's a plug-in kind of air sterilizer. Oh, it's terrible. Ooh, look. So it's meant to be placed on the table. Like I saw there was this user guide. You're not supposed to place it on the floor. Just plug it here on the electricity and danzo. Okay, I can finally put this to use tonight. It's quite sturdy, so it's great. Also, this is supposed to oh my god, so cute. It looks like a little bin, you know. So there's this like light humming sound. It's not too noisy. When we leave house, like when we go out for the entire day, just leave it on and let the thing do its thing. It even tackles like COVID-19 virus. So dive back into HR. After the workshop, I now understand why the human resource department is essential. You know, because I'm in social media marketing, right? And the marketing department per se, I always felt like it was the lowest priority, like it was the lowest life form in any organization. And then there came HR. So marketing went to the second lowest and HR went to the bottom.
During the workshop, you shared with us that HR was known as a cost center.
Oh, I kind of know you were going to get there.
Like why? Actually, I genuinely want to know why. Why do people actually call it cost center, and also what does cost center actually mean?
So in the traditional setup of a company, of course, you have revenue generating company. You have revenue generating departments. You also have cost centers. Cost centers are just a very simple term of them being non-revenue generating, which means with the existence of this function or department or team, there is just no money to be made by them existing. Can you imagine working in HR and be called cost center? Like you're trying to do your job being, a friend to your other colleagues from other departments, and you're trying to help them in more difficult situations. Everyone has got some form of downfall in their life, certain months or certain years of downfall, right? And then you climb up. And if you're working in a company, then HR is usually the one that you should be in contact with, or actually you can share. It's more like a safe space for you to share something like that.
Right.
So to me, I feel like cost center, it's just very degrading. I hated it. I don't know, HR has always been this highly ice queen kind of vibe for a lot of people, because they just feel like they are the discipline masters of the company, which is not wrong. But I don't think that is the default vibe that goes on for HR. Yes.
In my opinion, or in my personal experience, most organizations, especially the small businesses, they don't even regard HR as an important asset in the company. People are assets, and that's why HR is a must. HR is there to take care of your people. As the business owner, as the boss, you cannot be the one to solve your employees' problems. You cannot be the one to meddle with get in the middle of conflicts. I worked at a preschool before. Back then it was in 2020. My first day of work, when I went in, my colleagues had no idea that it was my first day. So that was already technically a red flag, because I was told to report at 8:30. The principal didn't arrive till 9 or 9:05. So I literally from 8:30 all the way to 9 a.m. I was waiting in her office alone by myself, and had zero idea on what to do. The principal arrived at 9. She legit told me, "Oh, I don't have time for you. I'm very busy. I will pass you to somebody else. So you just follow this teacher around." And I was like, huh? Right from the start, on the first day of my work, I already hated working there. And I disliked my supervisor. So the first month of circuit breaker, the first time circuit breaker happened in Singapore, it means everybody had to stay home. Nobody could go to work except the essential services. And because I was really new, I was put on unpaid leave without notice. There was no proper writing, there was no proper discussion until my payday, when I received $2.17 from the company, and I was like, huh? Hi friends, pardon the wardrobe change, because when I was filming the other day, my phone storage ran out. So here we are again, continuing my experience without proper HR processes or proper HR presence in the organization. After the preschool experience, I was also full-time at an agency, and the agency did not have a dedicated HR department. I did not really have a proper onboarding process. The good thing is my colleagues expected my arrival, so there was no proper policies involved, because whatever I learned on how the company operates and how my colleagues, let's say, apply for leave, right, was just seeing how they do it, and then I follow suit. And I don't even know whether it's right or wrong. Like my ex-colleagues would be like, "Oh, by right should be this, but then now we're just doing this." And I was like, okay, so what exactly is the right way? I remember my first 3 months being a phase where I had to figure everything out by myself. And I even had to come up with my own SOPs at work and get that passed down to the next newcomer. I think as someone who enters the organization first time, they need to be welcome, to feel safe, to feel like, oh, okay, this organization has its shit together, basically. I just felt like the organization was messy, and it didn't help that the hierarchy was flat. There was only that one CEO/boss, and then the rest of us are of the same rank. Maybe person A was doing a little bit of person B's job, and then person B was doing a little bit of person C's job. So to me is, so what are you? What am I? What are our job scopes, and what are the lines that we shouldn't cross? Because there should be certain boundaries set so that we don't offend each other in a sense. And when the organization hierarchy is flat, when it comes to promotion, then how? People will just feel like, why am I working at a constant rank for the next 5 years? There's no pay raise. I mean, people work long to be promoted. That's the natural cycle when it comes to career progression.
But just like the example that I always use in the workshop, that if you have a top sales that is having, remember? You have a top sales that's having difficulty in life, that has not been performing for a while, what do you do? Because a lot of business owners, when they bump into situations like that, it becomes a catch-22 for them. They don't know what exactly they should do, because the more you drag it out, it's not going to help the situation, but you can't afford maybe budgets to hire someone new or retrain even. The other thing I just wanted to extend from that point is that there are just so much of gaps in terms of knowledge that our employees don't have as well, and that training is actually so important.
Right,
Yeah, that it's just another thing that people think, you know, it's dumping money into the sea because they're not going to see immediate results. And there are also business owners that I have spoken to who say things like, what if I train them and they run away?
How would you change this mindset?
Honestly, I can't. Right? That's the bottom line. But if you have ever experienced how your employees have changed because of training, then you will never be back in that loop. Because it's a very personal experience. Even by them saying this sentence themselves, we know that they are not getting trained themselves as business owners to kind of excel in their role.
This is why HR is here. They are here to plan out all these things that comes to employees, to their well-being, to their career progression, to their payroll. And if you're based in Singapore, there is CPF, and you cannot afford to make mistakes when it comes to CPF. Been there, done that. Not funny. If you make one tiny mistake, it's equivalent to 1 week of kyosai. Kyosai means cleaning up shit. As a small business owner myself, I understand that literally every cent counts. And I know we cannot afford to spend without thinking or without planning properly. But I think it is important to conscientiously work towards having at least a HR dedicated person, or even like my plans are to outsource to a HR company. It can dabble between $600 to even $3,000, really depending on the amount of work that needs to be done. And it's equivalent to having another full-time staff. As the boss, especially if you're not good at managing people, or rather you don't have the mental capacity to manage people, and you are in an industry where it's manpower heavy, just like digital marketing. All the more, we should look at engaging HR specialists, someone that's good at managing people, someone that's good at laying out policies so that we can take care of our people. In return, the turnover rate of the company would be lowered down then. It is an investment worth looking at. And if you'd like to know more about HR, please take a look at my friend Lauren's YouTube channel. I've put the link down below. She is from Kiss Consulting, and she puts out amazing content every week or maybe every 2 weeks. And feel free to reach out to her if you have any HR queries. I hope this video has given you some form of value one way or another, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!